Alright, what's up guys? This is the reassembly video for the 20R engine right here. So yeah, I'm just gonna dive in. I'm gonna try and reassemble everything correctly, hopefully, and quickly, so I can get this project done. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reassemble some things here. I'll show you guys what I'm about to dive into. So one of the couple things I want to do here is I gotta torque down this bolt, get the valve cover on there. I'd like to do the gasket right here. So yeah, we're gonna do the half moons, the water pump, the gasket right here, and then I'm gonna come in the back here and I'm gonna do the rear main seal, the bearing, and the seal that's back here. So all of that fun stuff I'll try and knock out. Oh, and also I think I have a gasket for this piece right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So as soon as I'm done with like all that stuff that I need to do, I could really go ahead and start assembling all the big stuff, which is pretty much almost the end. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get to it, see if I can knock all this out, and I'd love to get this engine back together. I was really hoping, you know, I could maybe do the engine swap tomorrow. That's my goal. I'd really like to get it done by Wednesday because I'm not gonna have as much time later on in the week. What the fuck? Just realized something. Alright guys, so it's actually the next day, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's now a red layer of silicone. I'm pretty upset, I'm not gonna lie. I totally screwed up, and I had to redo the entire timing cover. I'll show you guys what happened. So on the top part of the timing cover, there's this hole right here. There's a bolt that goes through it, and you're supposed to, you know, put gasket around that hole because oil goes in and around that area. So what happened was when I did the timing cover, I just totally screwed up, had a brain fart, and I siliconed straight across without doing around the hole. So as soon as I put the timing cover on, I saw a little bit of oil that was residual. Luckily, that's the only way I knew, coming out of here. And I was like, oh shit. So unfortunately, I had to take off the timing cover. I had to scrape off the paper gasket. It was no good anymore. I had to completely clean off the surfaces all over again, all surfaces. In the process, I didn't want to trust using my oil pan gasket here on the bottom. So right now, we're running without gaskets. It's just silicone, which, you know, I'm kind of nervous about, but I did use quite a bit, especially in the corners. You can see right there, and over here, I used a ton because I didn't want to have any issues. So I'm really crossing my fingers, hoping that it's good. It should be fine. I put a lot of care into the second time around, making sure that it was done as good as it can be. It's sealed now, it's the next day, so I can finally go forth and continue on with some things. All right, so it's the next day. I'm really hoping today's the day that we can get this engine in the Chinook and wrap up this project. So all that's left to really do is all the stuff that's on the table from the first disassembly of the engine. All the tedious stuff is out of the way, so let me go ahead and show you guys where we're at with the engine progress of rebuilding / refreshing. So let me show you. I got this new seal in right here. The water pump, you know, new seal. Then if we come to the back, went ahead and did the rear main seal and the this whole seal right here that goes around that cover, and then got this right here cleaned up with the new gasket, and I think that's pretty much it. I think those are the things I was trying to work on, you know, painting like the cap and little things like that I've been doing. So yeah, I'm gonna just put all the small detail things back on the engine and then start with the reassembly of all the big parts. Alright guys, so real quick, I brought the Chinook here into the driveway, and we're gonna go ahead and start picking off the parts. This is the final place where it's gonna do the swap, so I'm gonna start taking it apart. You can see this exhaust has this piece here, which goes out. And this one, it's hard to see, but they just put a piece of tube in there and bent it, so that's what we're working with here. So I'm gonna take those parts, swap them over, And then the only other thing I think is the intake part. So just gonna start doing things slowly. All right, so I just put in the distributor here. I'm not entirely sure if I'm at top dead center on the compression stroke, so I have it lined up, and you know, if I go to start it and it just doesn't start, then I at least know I just have to do 180 degrees or 360 degrees on the pulley and line it all up. So I'm not gonna worry about that right now, but I do have it in. It's dirty, but that's okay. Next thing, I'm gonna go ahead and I was trying to figure out why my kit came with 2 exhaust gaskets, but I think it's because there's that inner heat shield that goes against here, and then you put the exhaust manifold into that. So I'm gonna put 1 gasket here and then 1 gasket on the inside of there. All right, so I got the exhaust manifold back on and torqued to 33 foot-pounds. And I just want to show you guys a little bit more of the modification that was done here by the previous owner. Yeah, so I'm just gonna end up leaving it, you know. I have this this new insulation, whatever material it is, to go around the perimeter here, and then I can put the outside of the heat shield back on, and that'll be it for the exhaust. All right, moving on to the intake side, I went ahead and put this pipe right here, siliconed to the timing cover. That's coolant that ends up running into the heater core. So yeah, got all that done. That should be the last thing I have to silicone, hopefully. And then at that point, it's really just intake and then front fan and stuff. I mean, this thing is so simple, especially without all the vacuum lines and other stuff. You can see just really how simple it is. So yeah, just got a couple more things to go, and then pretty soon I'll be disconnecting and draining fluids in here, getting ready to do the swapperoo. So I'm ready for the intake manifold. Got it off the Chinook. So what I noticed though is this is the piece that goes in the center. Someone blocked off the bottom there, and I thought it was an actual block off piece, but looks like whoever did the Weber conversion on there just took the original piece, which is right there, and just modified it a little. So that's what it seems like to me, at least. So I'm just gonna put this on and put on the rest of the intake manifold. I got the surface cleaned up, wiped down with a little brake cleaner, and it's clean. So just gotta clean up the surface on this one, and then yeah, I'm gonna put it together. All right, well, it's later, and I got the air intake on and the exhaust manifold, but yeah, just moving right along. I'm gonna keep going, doing some tiny little things here and there. I didn't get to film as much as I wanted. I ran out of time, to be honest with you, so I'm just kind of doing little updates in between, and you know, trying to take as many little breaks as I can to show you what's going on. Yeah, keep watching, and we'll have this motor in the Chinook, which is behind that garage door, in no time. All right, well, it's another day. This is where we're at. Got the old engine out. Now I just have to replace the throwout bearing, master cylinder, slave cylinder, and I think that's it. And then at that point, I can kind of continue here on the engine, put the flywheel, the clutch, and all that good stuff. But I gotta work quick. I'm running out of time, and as it is, I'm running late on this project. So I'm gonna video as much as I can, but mostly do like quick little updates here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some work in here, whatever I gotta do, and then yeah, go from there. All right, guys, well, it is yet another day, and let me give you guys a quick update of where we're at and what I've gotten done so far. So I went ahead, got a new slave cylinder, new master cylinder, and a new throwout bearing, and then I went ahead and put a new pilot bearing, new flywheel, and new clutch on the back here, and then went ahead and installed the alternator and took off the fan for installation. It just makes the clearance a little bit easier. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. All right, well, I think I'm pretty much there. I got the gasket on the exhaust, put a jack underneath the transmission, that way I could level it out, put it at the right height that I want. Pretty much ready. I'm gonna go ahead and double check I didn't miss anything and get ready to slide this thing this way and try and get it in there. All right, well, that's pretty much it, I think. I mean, I got most of it back together. Connected some wires, connected the throttle, you know, connected the starter wires, the alternator wires, put in the spark plugs, got the cap back on, connected the heater hose underneath, got the coolant pipes back on. I mean, I really got most of it back together. There's just some little things I'm looking over right now, but hopefully I can start it soon. I gotta fill it up with oil, put the coolant back in there. I have to bleed the clutch system since I replaced those components, so there's no fluid in there right now, so I gotta do that. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, I think. You know, it's one of those things where you just always second guess that there's something left, but really excited to try it out for the first time. Fingers crossed everything works. I mean, it should. So yeah, just gonna double check and make sure I didn't miss anything and do some final details here. All right, guys. Well, that concludes the reassembly and installation of the 20R motor. I was kind of rushing there in the end, so I never got the chance to take a video of the engine running, and somehow forgot. So stay tuned. There's going to be another video after this with a full tour of the Chinook, and that will also include the engine running. So you can check that out if you like. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, though. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. All right, take care. Peace.